Hey there folks, I am here to talk about something that's about as fun as a root canal, the global economy. Just kidding, it's way worse than a root canal. We're talking about tariff wars, folks. And they're about as messy as a pie-eating contest at a clown convention. Now you might be thinking, John, what the hell is a tariff war? Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because I'm about to break it down for you. And just to make things even more exciting, we're throwing the Russia-Ukraine conflict into the mix. Because why not add a little geopolitical chaos to our economic anxieties? So, grab your hard hats and your antacids, because we're about to dive headfirst into the wonderful world of international trade disputes. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. Alright, let's start with the basics. What is a tariff war, you ask? Well, imagine a playground spat, but instead of kids throwing sand at each other, it's countries slapping taxes on each other's goods. In a nutshell, a tariff is a tax on imported goods. Countries use them for all sorts of reasons, like protecting their own industries or trying to punish another country. But when one country raises its tariffs and another country retaliates by doing the same, well, that's when things start to get ugly. And guess what? We're smack dab in the middle of a tariff war right now. The US and China have been going at it for a while, slapping tariffs on everything from soybeans to steel. And it's not just them. Other countries are getting in on the action too. It's like a global game of economic chicken, and nobody seems to want to back down. Now you might be thinking, so what? It's just a bunch of countries arguing about taxes. How does that affect me? Oh my sweet summer child, let me count the ways. First of all, tariff wars disrupt global supply chains. Think of it like this. You're trying to bake a cake, but suddenly the price of sugar skyrockets because of a tariff. So you either have to pay more for your cake or find a different supplier, which takes time and money. Second, tariff wars create uncertainty in the global economy. Businesses hate uncertainty. When they don't know what the rules of the game are, they're less likely to invest and create jobs. And finally, tariff wars lead to higher prices for consumers. Remember that cake we were talking about? Yeah, it's not just the sugar that's more expensive now. The eggs, the flour, the milk, everything's gone up because of those pesky tariffs. Section 4. The Russia-Ukraine conflict, fueling the fire. As if things weren't bad enough with the tariff wars, we've also got the Russia-Ukraine conflict to contend with. And let me tell you folks, this ain't your grandma's regional conflict. This thing has the potential to upend the entire global order. For starters, the conflict has already led to massive energy shortages. Russia is a major supplier of oil and gas, and the sanctions imposed on them by the West have sent energy prices soaring. On top of that, the conflict has disrupted global trade even further. Ukraine and Russia are both major producers of wheat and other commodities, and the war has made it much harder to get those goods to market. And if that wasn't enough, the conflict has also created a huge amount of uncertainty in the global economy. Businesses are hesitant to invest, consumers are cutting back on spending, and everyone's bracing themselves for a potential recession. Section 5. Navigating the storm advice for investors and consumers. So there you have it, folks. The global economy is a bit of a dumpster fire right now. But don't despair, there are things you can do to protect yourself. For investors, the key is to stay diversified. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, as they say. Spread your investments across different asset classes and different regions of the world. For consumers, the best advice is to be prepared for higher prices. Shop around for the best deals, cut back on unnecessary expenses, and maybe start stockpiling canned goods in your basement. Just kidding. Maybe. Look, the global economy is a complex beast, and there's no easy way to predict what's going to happen next. But by staying informed and being prepared, you can weather the storm and come out the other side in one piece. And hey, if all else fails, there's always the apocalypse bunker. Just make sure you call dibs on the good snacks.